A bill signed into law in late June will soon prohibit Florida utilities from discharging treated sewage into surface waters like lakes and rivers. Instead, they must close the loop and begin reusing all of that water. Some will be used for irrigation, which is commonly known as reclaimed water, but the state must also begin recycling the water.
So that means treating it to drinking water standards and then using it as drinking water. JEA is ahead of the state mandate with a planned recycling facility and even a brand name, H2.0. All Your Sites Ann Schindler reports on what it means for your drinking water in the near future.
I used to have a pretty high yuck factor.
Chelsea Wald is an environmental reporter in the Netherlands and author of Pipe Dreams, a new book on the future of sewage.
Never into toilet humor, not pretty easily grossed out.
But the more she learned about sewage, including recycling it,
my yuck factor disappeared.
The point is that this isn't scary.
JEA consulting engineer Ryan Popko says that the treatment process removes not just human waste, but chemicals and pharmaceuticals.
Ibuprofen or sucralose, which is an artificial sweetener. At the end of this process, we essentially have pure water.
Similar systems are already in use globally, as well as in Texas and California.
The International Space Station.
The technology has been around for decades, but efforts to mainstream it have often triggered the public's gag reflex, with some tagging the process toilet to tap. In reality, the path is rarely that short. Though the water is drinkable, most utilities add an intermediate step to create psychological distance.
What we'll be doing with the water is recharging the aquifer so that we can pull additional supply out.
The irony here, the water will then need to be retreated simply because it's been in the impure aquifer.
It does make it more acceptable to some people. It's sort of like a nature purifying step.
Another trick is rebranding sewage itself, some places calling it used water, and the end product, new water. But the best way of overcoming that yuck factor, officials say, is taking it slow and taking the time to educate customers.
So all water on Earth is recycled. We're essentially doing what nature does in a smaller footprint in a shorter amount of time.
Ann Schindler, First Coast News, on your side.